Real Sports Live. We are joined by Texas Strike Force Elites 18U softball team from different parts of Texas, primarily in the Houston area. Coach Eric Juarez, our manager Eric Juarez, Brandi Juarez, Natayla Cuevas, Madysin Leighton, Lizzy Torres, and Clarissa Montelongo all joining us here on this show. Girls, thanks for taking the time to join us on the show. I see everyone's kind of moving around, doing their own thing. Another busy afternoon for you guys. How are y'all?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
We're all good.
It's been good. Just very different for your first college experience.
First off, Coach Juarez, we'll start with you. Where are you chiming in from?
I'm in Rosenberg, Texas. We're right outside of Houston, about 30 miles south of Houston, like the Sugar Land area. So.
And Brandi, where are you at right now?
Well, I go to school at Prairie View, but since like the hurricane and everything, I'm home right now. But
yeah. You're from Houston as well?
Yes.
What part of Houston?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
What part of Houston?
I'm from Rosenberg also, which is like 20 minutes from Houston.
Okay. Madysin?
I'm currently at University of Houston, Victoria.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm from Richmond, Texas, which is like by Rosenberg.
We're gonna add Lizzy Torres here. She was gonna get on from her own phone. Okay, there she is. Natayla, how about you?
I'm from Sugar Land, Texas, but me and Lizzy both are at Kilgore College.
Okay. You said Sugar Land?
Yes, sir.
And Clarissa, how about you?
I'm from Houston, Texas, but right now I'm in San Antonio because I go to Texas A&M San Antonio.
Definitely. So again, welcoming everyone's just kind of getting to know for the viewers in the Valley. If you weren't familiar with where the girls are from, they're all primarily from the Houston area. Kicking things off with you guys going back to school. Some of you guys, this is the first time y'all are going to the college realm. Just how have things been as far as the distancing and the guidelines? I know every school is different. I've heard a variety of things from different schools. Madysin, let's start with you. And have you started school yet?
Yeah, I'm in school, but it's all pretty much online. I only have one class that I go to like half of the week because the other half I do online because it's like a hybrid class.
Mm-hmm.
And we haven't started anything softball related because we're still not cleared to, I guess, be around each other yet. But other than that, it's not too bad.
Natayla, how about yourself? Have you started school yet, or what are you up to?
Yeah, we started school on the 24th. It's basically been online. You can decide. Some of them you can go online. It just depends on what you want to do. And then for softball, basically, we're conditioning a lot, and that's basically it. We're not allowed to start practice until September the 5th. But we've been conditioning and running.
And you had mentioned you and Lizzy are both at Kilgore?
Yeah,
you had mentioned you and Lizzy are both. There she is. For the fans that aren't familiar with, where is Kilgore?
It's like 20 minutes away from like Tyler, Texas, basically. Okay. Yeah, it's
Clarissa,
like down the road.
Clarissa, how about yourself? Where are you at as far as school goes?
I started school last Monday, but like 80% of it is online, and the other percentage is on campus, but that's only for like labs and stuff. So right now I am taking 4 classes, but all of them are online, and they started last Monday. So I've just been on top of school like for about a week.
And Brandi, how about yourself?
Yeah, we started school Monday, but all my classes for the first 2 weeks are all online. But even like after the 2 weeks, most like 3 of my classes are online, and only 2 of them are in a classroom actually. So, yeah.
Last week I was able to see my first football game, and it had been a while since I'd seen football. I went to Three Rivers, and it was, right off the bat, you could just tell things are different. The schools that we saw was Runge and Three Rivers. The players had their own water bottles when they walked in. People were getting their temperatures checked when they were walking into the stadium. People were all at a distance when they were in the stands. So those are some things that stood out to me that looked very different. Heck, yesterday at the volleyball game we were at, they were sanitizing between sets up and down the court, and I don't know if any of you girls played volleyball, but after sets, they're not switching sides now. They're just staying on each side. Even they're cleaning the volleyball after every so often. So those are some things that really stood out to me from a reporter side. Like, wow, things are different. From a student side, you all mentioned some are online, some are in person. What are some things that stood out to you all as far as the differences now being in school here in the middle of this pandemic? Let's see. We'll start with Lizzy.
Wait, can you repeat it? Sorry.
Just That's okay. Just what are some things you've noticed that stand out to you that you're now in school, and just things that you say, oh wow, that's different. That's something that we're not used to seeing.
It's just being in class. I mean, in the room all day with the mask on. Like everywhere you go, you don't even like forget it. Yeah.
Clarissa?
Me too. Like, well, you can't step on campus unless you have a mask, and there's like people setting like they're really strict on campus. So like every time you walk, there's someone saying that you need to put your mask on. Like you can't do it halfway. It has to be completely on. And like at my campus, everyone is distant. Even like lines, there's like tape marks on the floor saying that you need to be 6 feet away. So really, it's just like indoors where it's like a lot of people. They just take precautions like inside my school. Like they're super on top, like to space everyone out. They're really on top of that there.
Madysin, how about you?
One thing that is different is I don't have a roommate. Like at University of Houston, Victoria, we're not allowed to have roommates. We have to live by ourselves. I'm not complaining because I enjoy it, but it's just different.
Natayla?
Basically, like everybody is distancing, because of safety precautions, and then like because we get free food from the cafe that we have here.
Mm-hmm.
That we have, and basically like it's like sitting in lunch detention basically because you can't. It's all spread out. It just looks like you're in prison eating your food.
Right.
So it's not like regular college where you can go with your friends. You got to make sure you have your mask and distancing and all that stuff. So it isn't the college experience that everybody wanted, basically. But it's been good so far. I mean, it's still fun. We still have our roommates. We have to social distance, and we always make sure we have to have our mask. But everything else is still the same.
Brandi, how about you?
Yeah, I think the main thing that's different for me is just wearing masks everywhere. Like me and my friends, we go running in the morning, and like with some of the softball team, and like if we don't have our mask on, they'll like tell us, like they'll like get mad at us and everything. So it's like, yeah, when we work out and everything. So yeah.
Switching subjects now to softball, something all of us here have in common is, Coach, for you, looking at this summer, well, let's wind back to the month of March where we were all in softball mode, and that week of, at least for here in the Valley, we were in the week of spring break. Everything goes up in flames. The season gets put on pause, then the season gets canceled. We're all in the same boat together. Just you looking at it from a coaching's point of view, and as a parent and as someone who's involved in the game of softball, what was that like for you, just seeing everything unfold?
Well, with us, we want to make sure the girls are ready for college, and that's some of the things. We're not playing. It's not really preparing them for what they need, and so we did do a lot of things to help get them prepared. We had meetings anyway through Zoom. We had them out there. They practiced at their homes, but
in front of me. I don't know where I'm going.
Everybody got on, and everybody got to see what we were doing and how we trained. From there, we continued to grow, and we still tried to meet when they allowed us to. We still tried to get together and took all the precautions we needed to take. As soon as they started playing softball, we didn't get out there right away. We wanted to make sure that the girls were ready. I didn't want to be the first one out there just to get, throw them out there and start playing. So we literally waited till July to start playing. And and I to us, I think it was a benefit because of they stopped school when they stopped playing for high school and they stopped all this. A lot of the girls didn't get a chance to do anything besides just, like I said, just doing the workouts. And a lot of the workouts were basically more of a just training themselves. And so what we ended up doing is we came together and brought them back together as a team and continued to practice as a team for that full month. Oh, I know a lot of girls went back in June and they were out there playing and stuff, but we kept them together and built that team atmosphere, that camaraderie. And when we got back on the field, the girls were back to that same point they were when they left off. And we dominated when we played. One of the things that when we play with Chicken Strike Force, you notice that we do win a lot of games. And we have 2 gold teams, and both of our teams go out there and we play. And the girls will tell you they had more fun when they're winning. So we went out there for the last 3 tournaments that we played in. We only lost 1 game out of the 3 tournaments. So that's not a bad thing at all for the girls. So they go into college with their confidence way up. They feel like they've done something in this summer, and I felt like we handled it the right way.
Definitely. And, just how different was it, Coach? I know for us down here and the teams that we did get to see out of the Valley when it came to travel ball was some tournaments got canceled ahead of time. And for one tournament to get canceled, it was kind of, okay, then what was the next domino? Then that tournament got canceled, then that one got canceled. And we just saw a rash of cancellations throughout this area. But, for you guys, for the most part, did you feel it was an up and down situation, or was it more a constant for you all?
We watched it because, in July, that's when the most of that happened. Right. And by June, they already had a routine on what they wanted to do and how they were going to structure. So when we went to tournaments, they knew that each team had to sit on the sidelines in the dugouts. We had to wear masks. We had to use one ball on our side that we took out there. We had to sanitize after so they had a routine already. It wasn't going out there just trying to figure it out, right? And so it's a lot different that we had to teach the girls. A lot of the tournaments they required us to stay in the parking lot, stay outside of the practice area until the games were over, and then we were able to come in. It was just a lot of new rules that we had to follow that I'm hoping by next year will be gone.
Yeah, I'm hoping in the next few months it'll be gone. That way we can get back to normal here. Now, as far as the high school aspect goes, well, which high schools did you guys go to, Brandi?
I went to B.F. Terry High School in Rosenberg.
Madysin?
I went to Travis High School.
Clarissa?
I went to Challenge Early College High School.
Lizzy?
I also went to BF Terry High School.
Okay. Natayla?
I went to Fort Bend Austin High School. It's just in Richmond.
And for you guys, we saw it here with our athletes in our backyard. Just really, we saw it throughout Twitter and Instagram, and then we had a couple of softball girls and come on this show and really express their feelings on the softball season getting canceled. For you guys, for us, it was that Friday, Friday the 13th, the month of March, where we all went into that game. We were already in district play in 5A, and then 6As were just getting ready to start district. But it wasn't the same because we were getting cancellations left and right. Teams were, okay, are we going to play? Call your athletic directors. There was just so many levels of uncertainty. During the game that I was at, umpires usually come over and we'll chat about balls and strikes. But this time we were talking like, are we going to play on Tuesday? Are we going to play Friday? What's going to happen next? I'm like, geez, I don't even know. I was like, I think we're even lucky that we're playing now because we had cancellations throughout the Valley that day. For the players, I imagine it was hard because you guys as seniors step onto that field and say, is this my last game potentially? Or are we going to play? How did you guys handle that? And, just really just taking on those levels of uncertainty for you guys, not only as players, but as students in high school. Maddie, we'll start with you.
Finding out that the season got canceled really did suck because it's your senior year. That's like the best year for like an athlete. You're supposed to just ball out and have fun. But we didn't get that, which really did suck. I'm just looking forward to finally being able to play again in college and get ready for that.
Right, and Brandi, I'm sure you're right around on that same page as well. And whether you guys got to play that last Friday or not, I'm sure there was a lot of nervousness going into the coming weeks when everything started getting shut down. Brandi?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, it was the
That's
first
okay.
second. Yes, it was really crazy because it was like your senior year is supposed to be like your best year, what everybody looks forward to, and it got just canceled. Like, never got to go back. So it was really sad but yeah,
And Clarissa,
thankfully we
go
get to
ahead.
play in college. But some of my friends that are seniors, that was their last time ever playing softball again. So, but yeah.
Right. And Clarissa, for you, were you all able to play that last game on that Friday, or what was the situation for you all?
My school, it was all academic, so I never got any like high school experience with sports. So for high school, I never played any softball because my school didn't offer it. It was just purely academics.
So you made your career through travel ball, then a different
Mhm.
route.
Yes, I would always like Coach Eric was saying, whenever we had school, like towards the end, he was doing Zoom meetings. So it was really like a lot of Zoom meetings and just like me working, like if I wanted to keep it up. So I would always just work by myself and then go practice with my travel ball team with Coach Eric.
And coach, for you, now that we're travel ball is now in the rearview mirror, kind of just looking back at it, with a special set of girls, all these girls going to be playing at the college level. The pandemic aside, being on that field playing ball, what were some things that just stood out to you, and some things that you'll just kind of remember because then despite all the negative and all the uncertainties, again, you guys were able to play some softball and just the things you guys took in, and maybe I know for myself, you started appreciating things a little more. Did you guys feel the same?
Yes.
Definitely.
One of the things I noticed is um, well, some of these girls I've had them since they were 14. They played on my team since they were 14, um, and so you notice how they played throughout the seasons. And this summer, I seen a lot more. I mean, they played with so much heart and intensity, just because I feel that somebody actually took it away from them. And then he was a second chance, right? He was a chance for them to get back on the field and really do what they wanted. And um, some of these plays, I mean, I always told them, every time they made a play, I would always do that ESPN chant, because they always made these. I always told them they're making these ESPN plays, where I mean, it was crazy. Madysin diving out in the outfield, Brandi diving in short, Clarissa making plays at third and catcher, and then Natayla, throwing no hitters, and Lizzy as another outfielder. They're just amazing. And these girls, they gave me their heart. They played with everything they had and did everything they had to do to make this happen. And that's why they played together. They played as a family, and that's how we went through the last couple of tournaments without losing any games.
And for you all as players, I'm sure there was a sense of relief, like, oh, we get to play. Were there any nerves at all, or maybe any rust, maybe stepping on that field for the first time in some months? Like, because I know down here some of the girls are like, we're excited, but man, like we're a little rusty. We're overthrowing balls. Did you guys feel that same way?
Yes.
Definitely.
One of the things I did to prevent that was, like I said, for the whole month of July, it was, instead of getting on the field, we were practicing we took all the bugs out on practice field. So when we actually started playing, we would go play in San Antonio, and I asked to. There was college teams that were out there. There were JUCO players, and I asked specifically to play those teams, just because I knew that's what the girls were going to be needing to be ready. And we went out and we dominated against those teams, because I felt like we actually took the time to prepare, which a lot of people had jumped right into it, and they didn't get the rust off. Right, they just went out there to play. They used the tournaments to practice, and I didn't want to do that.
Brandi, you mentioned you're at Prairie View A&M.
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah, the Valley has some ties to Prairie View. I know Bianca
Yeah.
Cruz.
Yeah,
Bianca
a lot
Cruz
of
is
the
there from.
girls there are. There's a lot of girls there from the valley that I
Karina,
know.
Karina's working out with Brandi right now, and when they're not working out as a team, so they get together, and so they go out there and they do a lot of the workouts.
Cari Cisneros from San Benito.
Yeah.
She's good. She played a catcher and then first base at San Benito. She definitely had a good career. She actually played on MVP with Quintana.
Yes,
These last few years.
double
Bianca
football.
Cruz, she's from Rio Hondo. She's there. Jerica Rojas, she's in your class. Brandi, she's from Lyford. She's a pitcher, third base. She's gonna be there as well. And Alex Hernandez, from
Mhm.
Pioneer. She's pretty good behind the plate.
Mhm.
She's also in your class as well. So there's a lot of Valley ties there at Prairie View A&M. What are you most excited about on competing at the college level? And this question will go for everybody. We'll just go down the line on just now that you guys are college athletes and just what made you want to go to the school and what are you most excited about? We'll start with you, Brandi.
I think, well, one reason I like PV so much, well, one, the team is really like a family. Like we hang out a lot. Like I hang out with the softball girls literally every day. And then like they're all super nice and also I like that it's so close to home. Like I can literally just come home whenever. And but yes. And the thing I think I'm most excited for is just something different because I feel like in high school you play like the same teams, the same people. Like this is like a whole new level and just yeah, a whole new
Now
It's
intensity.
you,
like
you you mentioned you're right down, you're down the street from your house,
Mhm.
but that means you have to take Highway 490, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
would take
yeah.
290.
Yeah, no, I'm not a fan of 490 because I have family in College Station. When I would go see the Astros, it'd be 490 then 6, and I just know 490 was always full of traffic. So I'm like, anytime I can avoid that highway, I will.
Well,
do you
actually,
want
now
to
they opened up
in
99, so she just jumps on 99 straight over and comes up
Perfect,
the top side of it.
perfect. Madison, how about you? Again, just tell the fans that for the parents that may be watching, just where you're going in case they're just tuning in, and what you're most excited about playing college ball.
I'm going to University of Houston, Victoria, and the one thing that I'm most excited about is really just getting to be able to play again and getting to play with this new team. And like what Brandi said, like it's a different like level, and I'm excited to play.
I still think Jackie Longoria, she's from the Valley. She went to Edinburgh North, where I went to high school. I believe she's still there at University of Houston, Victoria. And Ashley Reyna
Yeah.
from Harlingen South. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
she was one of the better hitters. She could swing that bat pretty well. I think Ashley may be a junior, maybe a senior these days, more or less, somewhere around there. But
I think she's a senior.
think so. Yeah, it's been some time since she graduated from South, but a couple more Valley ties there. Clarissa, again, where you're going and what you're most excited about.
I go to Texas A&M San Antonio, and I'm like really excited about like the workouts before because like our trainer, he's like super cool and he's like really nice. So it's not really like you have to do it. It's more fun with all the girls, especially like how they are. Everyone's like really loud and they bring their music, so everything's just fun together. And it's not like no one really dreads it. It's more of like a fun thing. They make it fun there, so that's what I'm most excited about.
And you're going to be a Jaguar, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and what I understand about the University of Texas San Antonio is that Corey Cantu from PSJ
Mhm.
will be there, and then Cam Cáceres from Edinburgh Vela,
Yeah.
she was on Fully Loaded. They're also going there as well. The unique thing that you guys are a part of is that this is a first year program.
Mhm.
So what's the excitement level to say that you all are helping build this program from the ground up?
Yes. Since we are first, they have like super high expectations to begin with, and they explained it all that just because that we're new, that they expect us to be working and just doing everything like everyone else, and they don't want us to fall behind just because we're the first team there. But the good thing is that since we're new, we get everything new, and like the staff is new, so and everyone's just like getting to know each other just because it's everyone's first year in like the softball program. But nothing is bad. Everything is like really fun. Everyone brings like different things, so the environment is like super fun and nothing that is bad. It's all just fun together.
What are some challenges on being a part of a first year program?
I would just say the challenges are like when some girls transfer. So,
Hmm.
like, there's groups that they already know each other. So it's just the whole team has to get to know each other from the beginning. Even like transfers and like upperclassmen. Technically, they're upperclassmen, even though it's a first year team. But it's not really. No one's really divided. Everyone's like a whole there, and it's just fun to be a part of it for the first year.
Lizzy, you guys are over at Kilgore. What made you decide that you wanted to go to Kilgore?
The money. No, I'm just kidding. No, that is a part of why. I could have went to other places, but they gave me more money than I expected. So I was just like, just run with the money.
Definitely. And
But it's
from go ahead.
oh,
Go ahead.
it's a good school. Like, I really like it here. It's 3 hours, but I feel like that's a good time to be away from home.
Definitely. And as far as y'all seasons go, I mean, from what I understand, there's some schools where, everyone's handling it differently. With, I've seen some small schools where the soccer team, they've had positive cases. For example, at one school, they had positive cases with their soccer team. They had to go into quarantine, and then now players on a baseball team, they're deciding to go get tested. I'm not going to name the school, but a situation that I understand of, the baseball team players are electing to go get tested. So now they've suspended practices for a week. Have you guys seen any situations like that at all, or anything like that as far as y'all's workouts go?
Um, no, not really. They keep us pretty much like separated. So it's like you have to stay with your sport. So softball stay with softball, basketball girls stay with basketball girls, boys stay with
Mhm.
boys. Football, yeah, it's pretty separated for the most part. Yeah.
Definitely. Coach, as far as you go, I mean, how have you been? As far as your work and in your career and your livelihood with the pandemic and everything going on, how have you been?
We with my job, I just work from home, so it allows me to do a lot of the stuff that I need to do for the girls. Also, that helped me out during the summer to help them with the recruitment and stuff. And But yeah, I do all my work here. We have big radiology practice all over the nation, so we handle everything from Texas. So so I'm on these meetings all day long.
Yeah, definitely. I think we all are. I think we've all come accustomed to the whole virtual learning deal. Coach, for the fans that aren't too familiar with Texas Strike Force, tell us a little bit about your team and how it got started, and primarily where I know the girls here on the show now are all primarily from Houston, but just where your team is based out of.
So Coach Martin started this program about 2014, and what she did is she was a high school coach that wanted to come out and basically start a program and help out everybody and help young individuals, to go to college if they wanted to play in college, and she's done a great job, and she's really pushed this sport to where she does majority of the recruiting. She goes out and I mean, I remember driving all the way to Texarkana to play a tournament,
You want to
and
go first?
she wasn't playing. She literally drove out to Texarkana to sit down and we just talk to the coaches while we played. And last year we had a group of 7 girls that graduated. Every one of them went to play ball. This year we had a group of 6, like these 6 that went out, and they all went to play ball. But total organization wide, we are about 99% recruitment rate. So um, we turn around and this year we had 20 seniors across all our teams, and all 20 seniors are playing ball this year in college. Coach Martin hustles for everybody. It doesn't matter if you're on the goal team or if you're playing for one of her regular, her regular teams that she has out there. We have probably about 16 total teams out there right now in Houston,
Hmm.
and she's based out of Atascocita, out of the upper area, and so we brought it to Rosenberg, and from there we've continued to grow this area, and trying to continue to spread it out all over Houston area, and continue to grow. She now has a team out of Florida that she took over. They're called Florida Strike Force, and I think we're not as big as some of the other organizations, but we do take care of the girls that are in our program. And in our program, these girls get recruited. They get to go play in front of the colleges they want to play for, and that to me that's key. Instead of just playing for tournaments and trophies, we really focus on getting them recruited and not winning trophies. I don't care about going and being ranked, because I think if we play, if this team played together and we went and played in major tournaments, we would win those tournaments also. But we don't choose to play in them because a lot of those girls don't ever get to see a college coach. And to me, that's a weekend wasted. I'd
Right.
rather have them in front of college coaches, playing in front of these coaches, and getting them recruited. And just example, Clarissa came to us in January, and she had been playing for another organization that they played for a lot of. They were really high ranked, and she didn't get recruited because they never really got seen in front of the coaches that she wanted to be playing in front of. She came to me, and in the first tournament we played, she got signed. Literally first tournament, and that's how good she was. And so it is just a matter of getting them in front of the people that they want to play in front of, and putting them out there to be seen. And they'll do it themselves. I don't even have to push them. That these girls make it easy to get recruited because they're that good.
And for the girls that that were not seniors this year, that are in that crucial junior year of recruitment, just how much of this pandemic throw a wrench into those girls' recruitment process?
I don't see it as a wrench. I see it. We just got to keep playing. We're playing. Our fall season is
Can I
you know,
use the rest of this
super
Visa
full. We
card
got a
and
lot of
then
things going on, and you know, a
can I
lot of
use
the
the rest
girls,
of
like I
this and
said,
then pay
as
there?
soon as we play, they
I'm
get
not sure.
seen, and they're, I got coaches lined up waiting to talk
Oh,
to them.
okay. So I can just
Um,
scan it?
I know Katana. We were trying to get Katana to come play for us. She played a few tournaments with us.
Hmm.
Um, as soon as she came down here, she was looked at by coaches. But then it was just tough to get her down to come play in Houston because they're so far away.
Right.
So we would see them every now and then in tournaments. The first time I seen her was when Brandi, they worked out at Texas State together. And so that's how we got to meet them and been friends with them ever since. Um, but yeah, I think these girls are, as soon as I get them in front of them, in front of coaches, they get seen. And I know a lot of it's just about making the decision on where they want to go now. My juniors, I have 3 juniors already committed. I've got a few that are just sitting there trying to decide where they want to go. I picked up a few new ones this year just to help them out also, just like I did with Clarissa.
Definitely. Before we wrap up the show, guys, just any shout outs or any hellos you want to give to any family members or teammates that may be watching. Brandi, we'll start with you.
Well, my dad's right there. But yeah.
Maybe her brother's one of her biggest mentors. He's been helping her since a lot. He's one of my coaches. He's my head coach for my 18 year old team.
Madysin. See if we lose Madysin. Is she frozen? I think she's frozen just a bit.
Hi, Mom. I know she's watching because she. Um, can you hear me?
We can hear you. You're just frozen. There you are.
Dang. Oh, okay. It's good?
There you are.
Okay. Hi, Mom. I know she's watching because she texted me like 20 minutes ago saying she saw me on it. I'm not sure my dad's watching, but hi if you are. That's it.
Clarissa, how about you? Any shout outs, hellos you want to give out to any family or friends?
Yeah, I would shout out my mom just because I know she's watching and she was on top of this meeting. She was waiting
Definitely.
for this to come out.
Definitely. Lizzy?
I don't know if my parents are watching. But shout out to them. I miss them and I love y'all. Yeah. Natalia?
Hi. Wait. Hi, Mom and Dad. I know you're watching because y'all just texted me. And I love y'all. Thank you for supporting me through this process. And thank you, Coach Eric, for giving me this opportunity to play to the next level. I really appreciate everybody that's sorry it's kind of loud. And I love y'all.
Definitely, and of course, Coach Eric. Thanks for working with the times. We had to move a couple
Get
times
started.
here and there, and like I said, we've been more busy than not in these last couple months, and it's a good tired and it's a good busy running around covering these games. So thanks to you and thanks to you girls for just adjusting with us and getting you on this show. I know Coach and I were excited to have you on, and then finding the time to have you all here on our show. So again, Brandi, Lizzy, Clarissa, Madysin. Uh, who else? uh,
Lizzy.
Natayla, thanks for all coming in and joining. Okay, there she is. I had lost her for a minute. There she is. Lizzy and Natayla, thanks for joining us on the show, and hopefully you guys get to play some softball soon. I know things are starting to look a little bit better, and congratulations on all graduating, whether you guys graduated virtually or actually in person. I know that was another whole deal that you guys, the seniors, had to go through. But again, thanks for taking the time to come on our show, and good luck in the future. And Coach, with you, thank you for allowing your girls to come on here and share their stories.
Thanks for everything. This is great, and I love what you guys did. As soon as I saw you the first time, I knew I was going to try to get you guys to come out to Houston, and then I eventually would like to even talk to Coach Martin and sit down and have talk about what let her tell you what she does for her program. She's just a great lady, and I think she does a lot for these girls, and um, this kind of spotlight would be awesome for her.
Definitely, yeah. Like I said, we're based out of the Rio Grande Valley. I'm from Edinburgh, here in the valley, and just now we're just reaching into the coastal bend, and the idea is to eventually expand into that area and get and we Campo was calling us, that they're wanting to get involved, and in these times where a lot of people may not be able to go to the games, we're able to provide that service so fans can be able to watch the games, and really it's throughout the school year. So we'll be counting down the days once softball starts to get back
Yeah,
into full gear. So, but again, thank you, Texas Strike Force, for joining us here on the show, and we'll see you guys soon.
thank you.
Bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.